Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Give them a huge welcome for first timers, Justin Wells, everybody! Hello. It's true, I am very, very nervous. If I urinate everywhere, it's part of the show. I wrote all my material down in case I forget. But I noticed that Aidan did mention he got brand new lights, and I looked at it, and now when I look at this, all I see is a red ring. I've been sober now for 26 days. I used to drink so much, I once went out to the footy, and after the game finished, I spent the next 3.5 hours walking around the MCG looking for my car. And then I remembered I caught a train. I was once standing at a bus stop and a dodgy looking bloke come up to me and he goes, "Hey mate, are you chasing?" I said, "No, I'm Justin." And then he stabbed me. I was once in a fish and chip shop, and I was just minding my own business, looking up at the board, deciding what to order. And out of nowhere, these two giant hands came from around and wrapped around my neck and squeezed against my jugular. And I turned around and I seen a giant elderly gentleman who clearly had dementia, and it was absolute mayhem. I was 9 years old. My therapist thinks I have a destructive personality. My wife thinks I'm in a meeting right now with my therapist. I think an excellent business model for snake catchers would simply just to be to release the snake in the neighbour's yard. I went to the bank recently, I needed to make a deposit, and I went up to the counter, and the teller then informed me that I could make a deposit in the ATM outside. We looked at the direction of the ATM outside, which was about 20 metres away. Then I looked at her, then I looked at my feet, then I looked back at her, and I said, "Or..." I could just get it now. At arm's length. I have seen some serious shit in my day, clearly. But one of the biggest things I've ever remembered when I was quite young, it was a very cold winter morning and I was riding my push bike to school, very young, and I looked out in the paddock and I seen the actual visual representation of a horse's fart. I was once at a very, very exclusive coffee shop. And I mean, it took ages to get a table. It took weeks to get a table for this coffee shop. The line was out the door. It was down the street. There was even a bouncer at the door. I finally get into this cafe and I'm just vibing, enjoying my cappuccino. It was a Sunday afternoon, I remember. There was these two old ladies sitting next to me and they started getting into a bit of a heated argument. And then out of nowhere, this security guard leant in, smashed their heads together, and they were barred for a month. I once had to buy some firewood off Gumtree, and it said in the ad that they were going to deliver it and stack it. And I thought, sweet. I rang them up, and I made sure that the deal was that they deliver it and stack it. And they said, "Oh, look, we'll stack it, but you got to help." And I thought that was pretty fucking lazy, personally. So when they rocked up, I rolled out in my nan's old wheelchair. I'm sorry, I can't quite see this very well. Whenever the police say that they're targeting a particular crime in a particular area during a particular time, for example, this long Easter weekend we're going to target drink driving in Deniliquin. I always think you should just target all crime in general, everywhere, all the time. My wife and I are doing Movember this year. She's Hungarian. I'll leave you with this one. I had to go to Bunnings. I needed to get a tank filter. So I went in, I asked the bloke, "G'day mate, do you know where I might find tank filters?" And he goes, "We don't sell tank filters here, mate." All right. I walk off. Bit awkward. I look to my left, it's fucking tank filters. So what I did, I just went home. I got my car and went home, and I just thought about it. And I thought about all the things I should have said. I should have said, "Mate, that's not good enough." I should have went to the manager and made a formal complaint, but I didn't, because I'm bigger than that. What I did is I went home and I thought about it for about a year. And I decided that I was going to get back at him. And it was a really hot day, and I thought, this is the perfect day to do this. So I went back to Bunnings. It was about 45 degrees. And you know how, like, at Bunnings, they've got that person at the front, and he says g'day to everyone and goodbye to everyone? It's like a door bitch for Bunnings, right? I went in, I got 2 20-kilo bags of blood and bone, and I walked out, and I seen him, and he looks at me, and I look him dead in the eye. I go, "Mate, can you please help me find my car?" I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I'm thinking, "Oh, did I get him?" And then he goes, "Come on, mate." And I go, "Got him, hook, line and sinker." He thinks I'm mental. I'm not mental. So anyway, we're walking around this car park, 45 degrees, he's got my bags of blood and bone, because he thinks I'm not all there, so he's like, I'll take them. We're walking around this hot car park for about half an hour, and then eventually he goes, "Come on, mate, do you know where your car is?" And I go, "Oh, you know what? I caught the train, didn't I?" Thank you very much.